My name is Sharon Kamukama, a survivor of human trafficking. Back in 2018, I was presented with an offer that had false promises that looked good on paper, but quickly I found out that it was very different in reality, and everything that was promised, I wasn't going to get any of it. I was approached by a mutual friend who knew the people who were hiring for this job opportunity to go to Poland to work, and it was really attractive to me, and I wanted to take this opportunity to rebuild my life, to support my son, to provide for my son. This happened at a time when I had hit rock bottom. I had sold my business. I was out of business. I was not working. I had just given birth, and my son was only 3 months old when the father of my son decided to abandon me and my son. And I was left to provide and to support my son and I. And how was I going to do that? I started to look at different options, and I was praying to God to show me a way how I can transform my life, how I can get back to my feet again and become financially independent and be able to take care of myself and my son. I wanted to transform the life of my son. I wanted to give him a better life. I looked at my son and I thought, you did not ask for this. You don't deserve this. You are innocent. And I was committed and ready to do anything within my power to survive and to take care of my son. When I was in those thoughts and thinking how I'm going to achieve that, how I'm going to get through, how I'm going to manage, my phone started to buzz, and I glanced over my phone and I saw that it was a message, a WhatsApp message from my friend. And she had sent me a flyer. And on this flyer, it said, job opportunities in Poland. We are looking for women between the ages of 18 to 35. If you are interested, please apply as soon as possible, limited offers. And my friend continued to write on WhatsApp and shared the contact number to the people that were working on the documentation. And she said, contact these people. They will help you with the documentation and all the details within the process. If you are interested, I know them. We are mutual friends. We even go to the same church. And when I read that, first of all, I knew my friend, and now she's saying she knows those people. I immediately trusted the process. I trusted this opportunity. I was excited. I saw hope that finally this is hope for me to actually travel, make some money, support my son back home, and transform my life. I could transform my life with this one opportunity. To me, this was hope. And I took action. I immediately called this lady. It was a mother and a daughter running a consulting business, taking people to Poland. And I called them and I told them, hey, I'm Sharon. I'm interested in this job opportunity to go to Poland. And a friend of mine, she has shared your contact number with me and this opportunity. And she says that you know each other. And they said, sure, yes, tomorrow come to our offices. And I went to their offices. We immediately started on the documentation process, filled in the forms. They, of course, gave me a short interview. Why do I want to go to Poland? Why do I need this job? And I explained to them, I showed them that I needed this job to take care of myself and my son. And they said, fine, we will get your application through. And it was accepted. And that's how we started on the process. And everything was really quick. And I got my Schengen visa to come to Poland. And when I reached to Poland, I quickly found out that everything that was promised, it was actually not the truth. It was a different version. It was a false promise to exploit me, to put me into forced labor. That's what it was. It was about forced labor. And the day I arrived at the warehouse, my documents were taken away from me by the human trafficker. And he clearly told me that these documents are not valid. The work contract, the work permit, they are not valid. And all the promises, all the terms and conditions that were agreed upon in the documents, they are not valid. He told me, listen to me carefully. From today onwards, this contract, it's not valid. So we will pay you based on how we feel, based on how we feel about you, if we like you or if you're doing a good job for us or not. And we can fire you at any time if you do anything that is not in alignment with us or something that will piss us off. We can fire you at any time. So be careful. And he told me that he was very well connected with the government, with the police officers. So if I share this information, if I say anything, if I do anything, if I talk to anyone, he will deport me and I'll never ever step foot in Europe again or Poland again. And to me, that had me trembling, and I had pain in my stomach as if someone had hit me, because to me, the thought of being deported, I could not process it, because I came here for my son and for myself. I came here to build a better life for myself and for my son. So I had sold everything I had. And also I was in debt. I had borrowed some money to come up with all the money that they asked me to pay in order to be able to come to Poland. So I was in debt. I had sold everything I had back home in Uganda, and I had a young baby. At the time I left, my son was almost 1 year and a half. And so I was in fear. I was trembling, but I could not say anything. My voice was silenced. I had to walk on eggshells. I had to accept everything that they tell me to do. I had to do everything. I had to obey the orders. I had to be silent, to stay silent, just to survive, to make it through to another day, so that I'm able to make it through and support my son back home in Uganda. And things changed for me when I had a realization that I'm not alone in my pain, that I begin to think that there are other people who have gone through what I'm going through, who have experienced what I'm experiencing, and they got out. And if they got out, if they made it, I too can get out. And that shift in mindset then led me to believe that actually there are people out there to help me, to support me, to help me escape and to rescue me. And the moment I shifted my mindset, my turning point was that I remembered that, oh, actually, at the embassy, I was given a card, and this card had a list of contact numbers that you can call if you're in danger. For example, if you suspect human trafficking or slavery or forced labor. And there were a list of numbers, and I got this card, and the first number that I saw there was for La Strada Foundation Poland. And to me, that was hope. I saw hope, and I called. When I called, I said, I'm Sharon. I'm trapped here in the warehouse in Sobsk, and I need help. I want to get out. I want to reclaim my life. Can you help me? And the lady who picked up said, we will help you. Tell us where you are. That give us the details. What's happening? How did you get there? And we will help you. And I shared everything, and they were able to help me get out. And that actually built my resilience. When I was able to get out and I was able to see myself, now I'm free, I'm not controlled anymore, I can make my free choices, I have a voice, I can speak, I can now feel safe, I can express myself. That helped me to build my resilience. And the first step was to get out or to escape or to be rescued. But the difficult part for me, the challenging part for me, was actually what happened to me emotionally. The physical part of what happened to me after I got out, that was okay. But what was really tough for me was what happened to me emotionally, and the weight that I carried, the anxiety that I carried, the fear. I had fear, I had shame, I had so much shame. Have you ever had so much shame that you just want to hide from everyone? You just want to disappear. You just want to stay invisible. You want to shrink. And this is the shame. I carried shame. After I escaped, yes, I was safe. I was living at the shelter with La Strada. They took care of me. They gave me housing. They gave me legal support. They supported me psychologically. They coached me. They gave me counseling. They supported me in any way possible. But still, I had this emotional weight that I was still carrying. I had depression, I had anxiety, and the shame. I took on the identity of shame. I didn't want to show up. I wanted to stay invisible. Even when I got a job again and I started working again, I would never speak up because they the human trafficking experience, traumatic experience, took away my sense of self-worth. I began to believe that I was not worthy, that my opinion didn't matter, that I had no value, that I shouldn't speak up, that I should shrink, that I should um, accept anything, that I would never speak up. And sometimes I would have a mental breakdown. And the breakthrough came when I learned to self regulate my nervous system, when I learned to listen to my body, when I learned to be in the present moment. And what really helped me to stay grounded was I started to do meditation. I started to breathe. I started to journal. Journaling was a huge part that helped me to actually transform my life from just surviving to thriving. I journaled every single day. I journaled how grateful I am. I wrote my vision for 10 years, what I wanted to achieve in my life, how I wanted to move forward. I wrote everything in present tense and I used my imagination. I used visualization. I did a lot of mental rehearsal and I would take walks in nature, in the park, and I would breathe in fresh air. And that really helped me to stay grounded and to center myself. And I began to feel uh, stable in my body. I began to feel safe in my body. And the anxiety, the stress was beginning to fade away. I began to trust myself again. I began to feel good about myself. I began to feel hope again. I had faith again. I saw myself as someone who can rise from this experience, who can make a difference, who can achieve anything that I wrote on paper. And I started to do the work of healing on myself. I began a journey, and I'm still on a healing journey. Uh, things are still not perfect, just like you and everyone else. I still have challenges, I still have moments of sadness. But right now, my life looks very different than it was before. I have been able to move from just surviving to thriving. I am now a transformational coach. I am a speaker. I recently spoke on TEDx stage. I am more creative now. I am working on finishing my book. I'm writing my book. I run my coaching business online. I have been able to talk to other survivors of human trafficking. I have been able to coach so many people who are going through traumatic events. I've been able to share my experiences and to help them transform their lives, because I know what transformation has done for me and for my life. And so my mission today is to raise awareness, is to educate the public about the dangers of human trafficking. My mission is to help survivors, because I truly believe that escaping and getting out is only the first step, but the the hard work comes after that, because then after you have gotten out, there is more work to do. You have to deal with that trauma. You have to go through healing, and healing needs or requires a support system. You need a community. You need people around you to support you. You need safety in order to take your power back. La Strada helped me to feel safe, and also they helped to give me back my dignity, and I was able to reclaim my identity and my sense of self-worth, because I had people around me who saw value in me as a human being, who saw me, who listened to me, who supported me, who helped me. And that's how I was able to rise up again and to transform my life. Because I know that you cannot heal alone. You cannot do the healing journey by yourself. The having a community, having a support system is very crucial, especially when it comes to survivors of human trafficking, to anyone that is on a healing journey, that has gone through a traumatic event. Having that community, that support system that listens to you without judgment, that allows you and creates a safe space for you to express your emotions, to share your opinions, to even to speak up. That is very life transforming. That is where most breakthroughs come from. For me, my breakthrough came when I got a community, I got people to support me, I got coaches, I got mentors and family and friends to support me, to listen to me, to show me that they see me, they hear me, they celebrate me, even small steps that I am making on my healing journey. And for me, that was really a key moment in my healing journey. And so my mission now is to, first of all, to help raise awareness and to help create a support system and a community where survivors can share their stories without judgment, where we can all support each other, where we can empower each other, and especially women, and encourage each other to go forward, to move forward, to heal. And that is very crucial, and that is very important when it comes to helping survivors